All right, the next question we have, I don't have a name. I only have that it is a male caller from Alabama. Male caller from Alabama, can you hear us okay?
I can. Good afternoon.
Good
Hey.
afternoon. Can you just give us a first name, even if you make it up, so I can somehow call you by name, even if you make up the name?
I'll let you go with Brad.
All right. Okay, Brad, how
Like
may we
Brad
help you
Pitt.
today?
It's Brad Pitt.
Brad Pitt.
That's
Oh,
who it
good.
is.
I didn't know he was from Alabama.
There it is. Yeah.
How may we help you, Brad?
Hey, listen. So here's the deal. I was asked to separate from my wife about. She asked me to separate about 4 months ago. We're going on our 5 months now, and with the intent to work on the marriage and to get to work through some things. Well, within 2 months of that separation, I was given divorce papers. As a matter of fact, after a counseling session. And was expected to, go through that process, and back and forth, lawyers, yada yada. We got to a point where she, through some counseling, decided to not to hold off on divorce papers and to work on some things. Well, that's kind of, gotten to a point now to where we're, I don't know. I hadn't been specifically told that she's ready to, do the, get the divorce papers back out and get them signed and all that kind of stuff. But she's ready to move on, is her wording, and move on with things. And the biggest thing she wants to move on with right now, it seems like, is the house and the cost. That the mortgage and the utilities is just a really a burden on our financial situation, our budget stuff. Nothing has changed. We've been in the house for 4 years, so it's not like anything has changed as far as that's concerned. But what has changed is what it's costed me to not live in that house.
Right.
And so my question to you guys is, I feel like I've been advised, in whether it's through you or through other folks, to not do anything as far as dividing up property and even changing cell phone plan or any of that kind of stuff until a divorce has gone through. And so, how would you advise somebody that's, would it actually benefit us if I was to go ahead and say, hey, let's go ahead and put this thing on the market. Let's get the household, get that pressure off, and that kind of thing. But I'm not there. It's not, if they move into an apartment, I'm not, and there's 2 boys involved too. So there's not, I'm not moving in with them. So it's not like it's us doing all this together.
Right.
How do you advise them then?
Okay. Understand that, first of all, we can't give legal advice. You do know that. And that when we talk about things, we and rather than saying advice, this is what you should do, we give you suggestions of things to think about. Now, so let me ask you a question or two, if I may. Do you think that her moving rapidly toward this, is the counselor part of what's making that happen?
I don't think so. No. Okay. It's somebody that's very, very, very good, and I think we're going to the same counselor, just not at the same time. And I don't know what all she's telling her, but I know that with me, it's about giving it time, and I want to give this as much time as possible,
right?
To let the Lord work through it and to just work through things.
Okay, so you have confidence in the counselor. That's a good thing. Okay, that's number one.
100%.
Here's the thing to think about, Brad, as you make this decision. Can it bring about some financial relief? Obviously it can. But understand that when you take away obstacles, you make it easier for the person to move on. Now, I'm not telling you what to do. It's always going to be your decision. I'm just helping you get the principles here. And so if you remove some of the financial burdens, because now the mortgage, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, it actually makes it easier for her to move on because it takes tension and stress away. Now, I can't tell you don't do it because I don't have the right to give you that advice, nor would I give you the advice to do it because I don't have the right to do that either. I'm just saying if you do it, then you may actually facilitate things moving faster towards separation and divorce because of removing certain things. Do you know that she has divorce papers, so she says she has seen an attorney, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay. Have you seen an attorney about this?
Yes, I have.
Okay. And if I may ask, what does your attorney advise?
Well, we have cleaned up the wording and so forth in the divorce papers. Again, I'm not giving in to this as far as I'm standing for the marriage no matter what. But the only reason I'll sign the papers is because I'm not going to be a jerk either. At the end of this, that I know. But but you know,
I didn't ask the
but
question.
she's just helped me kind of clean up some stuff.
Good. I didn't ask the question right. So let me rephrase the question because I didn't ask the
Okay.
right question. What does your attorney advise you about going ahead and selling the stuff now?
I have not asked the attorney about that.
Okay. If since you already have an attorney and she's helped you clean some stuff up, it might be worth having a quick visit with your attorney to say this is what she's asking. Because under Alabama law, there may be benefits to you to do it one way and benefits to you to do a different way, which can actually help, hopefully at some point, put the marriage back together. I'm not an attorney, and I certainly don't know Alabama law, although I'm by nature, I was born in Alabama, but I certainly don't know much about Alabama law.
Mm-hmm.
But it might be worthwhile just to have that brief conversation with the attorney and say, how does this affect things if I go ahead and do that? Now, I'm going to repeat one more time what I said to make sure you got it. If you go ahead and sell those things and relieve some of the tension, it very likely, I'm not saying it necessarily, but very likely will make it easier for her to proceed to the next step because you've removed certain tensions and pressures. Yes. And if I were in your shoes, that's what I'd be thinking about. As opposed to, or is this pressure so much on him, on her, and on me, is this pressure so much that actually I need it relieved as well? So it's a complicated issue. It's not just something easy to make a decision about. In general, I would suggest that you, if it were in general, I probably wouldn't sell this stuff right now. But there's other things I don't know and I don't understand. And that's why I think you really need to talk to your attorney.
Okay. Okay.
Hey, Mother.
Well, very good. I appreciate you going through the course and going through the process, and I appreciate all you're doing, and keep up the good work.
Well, I appreciate how much you love this woman and how much you love your boys. Mm-hmm. I appreciate the fact that you're doing your best to put this thing back together. I know it's painful. I know it hurts. It's got to be ripping your heart out. But man, thank you for being that loving, caring man.
Mm-hmm. Hey, I appreciate that.
Okay,
really do.
You take care.